Girl, if Diddy thought that him beating the federal charges was going to be the end of the drama surrounding him, he's in for a major shock because word on the streets is that one of his former lovers just leaked a long list of people who Diddy allegedly gave STDs to. It looks like Diddy got around more than we knew because the names on the STD list will leave you shook. And if you're wondering how Diddy has managed to get away with this for so long, well, it looks like his money has been speaking for him because word on the streets is that he has also allegedly been paying off a lot of people. So who exactly is on this list and why is everyone speaking out now? Let's get into it. Okay, so y'all know that there have been rumors of Diddy allegedly having some sort of disease or infection, and the rumors got stronger when he appeared for his trial and he looked very sick. However, we didn't get a confirmation until after the trial when Cassie was sued by an escort who claimed that Diddy and Cassie had allegedly given him an STD during one of their freak-offs. The escort who filed the lawsuit is a man named Clayton Howard, though he usually goes by Dave when he's working. He didn't actually take the stand during the trial, but his name did pop up when prosecutors were reviewing Cassie's text messages. According to reports, in another message between Ventura Fine and a person named Dave, the man texted around 1:30 or 1:45 a.m. to notify Cassie he had arrived at a meeting location. Roughly 6 hours later, he texted saying, "Thanks, LOL." In an interview, he said, "They tricked me for the purposes of commercial using me as entertainment to satisfy their sexual fetishes and personal ambitions." He also claimed that Diddy and Cassie drugged, manipulated, and traumatized him while they themselves engaged in a toxic relationship that often became violent. He says Cassie manipulated him into taking ecstasy and having unprotected intercourse, and he says she would order him to touch himself for hours on end, resulting in tears, skin peeling, and scabbing to his privates. He went on to talk about STIs, saying Clayton sued Diddy and Cassie with some bombshell claims, including that she gave him an STD and forced him to have intercourse with her while she was menstruating. Now that was the confirmation that fans needed, and the story blew up from there. The next thing we knew, there were rumors that Dave leaked some more tea about who else was on Diddy's STI list. And let me tell you, it's messier than you can imagine. One of the first names on the list was Saucy Santana. This is interesting because Santana's ex had already thrown some serious shade not too long ago. He didn't spell it all out, but it was just messy enough to get folks side-eyeing the situation. So now, with the escort airing things out and dropping her own receipts, everything's starting to fall into place, and not in a cute way. In a long, chaotic rant on social media, Santana's ex, Chef D, accused him of having an STI, and according to him, he had the proof to back it up. This wasn't some vague, offhand claim either. He was naming names, hinting at test results, and tossing out just enough specifics to let you know he meant business. Whether it was out of revenge or he was just being real, the timing of it all is definitely making people piece things together.
Oh, I swerve you, bitch. You can never swerve me, you big bag, patty whack, give a dog a bone ass bitch. Excuse me? Miss Bumpy? Never. Ever. I would never stick my dick in you. It's too pretty. And the Spanish poppies deserve it.
Okay, I need that bag.
What are you talking about?
I need to patch myself up. Now y'all gonna let me leave and I'm going to fuck down.
Nah, I like that though.
Okay.
It's time to go.
It's time to go!
Now this part right here is wild. According to the escort, Santana wasn't just involved with Diddy, he was allegedly being passed around to Diddy's industry friends too. And if that sounds familiar, it's probably because Jane Doe already hinted at the same thing during her testimony. She claimed Santana was getting paid to entertain certain rappers, and I think we all know what that really means. According to her, the first time she crossed paths with him was at one of Diddy's infamous freak-offs where Santana was allegedly working the room as an escort, but it didn't stop there. She said she ran into him again at a different freak-off, this time hosted by another major rapper, which, if true, lines up way too perfectly with what the escort claimed about Diddy pimping Santana out. But if you thought things were messy already, it gets even darker. The escort also claimed that Diddy allegedly gave Will Smith an STI, and according to him, that's the real reason behind Will and Jada's split. Y'all remember when Jada opened up about their separation?
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart. Yeah.
Back then, most folks assumed the separation was all about the August Alsina drama and Jada's constant need to publicly embarrass Will. But these new rumors are flipping that narrative completely. Word on the streets is that the real reason behind their split was that Will allegedly hooked up with multiple men and women, Diddy included. And if those old blind items about Will and Diddy sneaking off together sound familiar, it's because the Escorts claims are dragging all of that back into the spotlight. Allegedly, Jada found out Will had caught an STI from Diddy and she wasn't about to put her health on the line just to keep up appearances. Now here's where it gets really spicy. Just a few hours after the Escort dropped Will's name, news suddenly broke that Will and Jada were finally getting a divorce. They framed it like Will was the one pushing for it, but that feels like a cover-up because from the looks of it, Jada was done and not about to stick around while Will played reckless with her life. Another name that kept circling back was Usher. People couldn't help but remember how tight he and Diddy used to be, and with all these new allegations flying around, their past started looking a lot more suspicious. Usher was just 13 when he moved in with Diddy in New York for nearly a year. Years down the line, during an interview with Howard Stern, he reflected on that time and admitted it was a strange environment. He said he saw things that made him uncomfortable and made it clear he'd never put his own kids in that kind of situation. Now that Diddy's name is back in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, fans are digging those old comments back up and asking the obvious, what really went down back then? But that's not the only reason Usher's name has been floating around. He has also faced 3 different lawsuits from women who claimed he gave them herpes. And while those cases were specifically about herpes, not HIV, they still added fuel to the fire. The fact that Usher has already been hit with STI-related accusations in the past made these new Diddy rumors land even harder. People started putting 2 and 2 together, and now some fans are convinced that Usher might have walked away from that Diddy circle with more than just herpes. And, not surprisingly, another name that allegedly came up is Meek Mill, and like I said, he's the least shocking name on this list. For example, remember when Lil Rod hinted at an alleged hookup with a Philly rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj? He never said a name, but it was obvious he was talking about Meek Mill. Meek could have just stayed silent and let it blow over, but instead he jumped online and started tweeting like crazy, basically confirming what everyone already suspected. He said stuff like, I'm from Philly, I don't do nose candy or freaky Molly. Nobody won't even offer me that because I'm that heavy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming. He also said, that's why I always come around all these industry ninjas with my real friends. You never catch me around anybody from the industry alone. You can't even hold a convo without my dog stepping in the room. It's been that way. But then this video leaked of him and Diddy poolside, and it was sus AF.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
And I know y'all remember that nasty tape that leaked of Meek allegedly getting pounded by Diddy. The clip itself is straight up insane, so I'm not even going to get into all the details, but here's what the bodyguard claimed about Girl Diddy was slanging that thing all around town, and it's likely that there are even more names that we don't know about. But how exactly did Diddy get away with this for so long? Especially with so many people and so many escorts who could have exposed him, so how did he keep things silent? Well, according to a doctor, it all basically boils down to money and manipulation. Allegedly, Diddy had a slush fund just for the purpose of paying off escorts and his side pieces. And when that didn't work, he allegedly threatened them into silence, and when you add both factors together, it's not hard to see how he flew under the radar for so long. But now that his luck has run out, I want to know how you feel about this, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.